Check. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome in for a last-minute live stream coming at you from the ramp here in Key West, Florida. We're sitting under some nice broken cloud layers, getting ready to rip it at 45,000 feet over to Providenciales, MBPV, an airport I just spent $15 on that I cannot install to 2024 because I bought it on INI Manager and I totally made a mistake. I thought it was on 2024. So, whoopsie. Don't do that, but an airplane we haven't flown in a very long time, the Citation 10 Flight FX C750. We're rocking the winglet version because we're going to get some short field performance out of it, taking off out of Key West, and just going to rip it all the way over there. So it should be a fun flight. I haven't flown this at all since we did the Boeing delivery flight in Renton, where we did a special VFR circling approach and almost crashed it and had a few little flight plan issues. I did run a pre-flight test and everything seemed to be working okay, so hopefully it runs smoothly on this one. I might be a little bit rusty, but we got a checklist to help assist us on our flight today. So why Providenciales, you may ask, or MBPV, is because I got called out for a trip for tomorrow. It starts at 6 a.m., so I got to leave tonight, so it's going to turn a 2-day into a 3-day life of commuter. And I'm flying there last day. Of course, it's the last day of the trip, and it's a turn, so I got to go through customs. I'll probably miss my flight home because the flight home is at 5:30. We get in at like 5:20. There's small chance I could make the customs clearance and then get back home. So we'll see, but we should go check it out anyway in the sim. We'll take a look at, see how it looks. Ironically, the first flight I ever did in a MAX was to Providenciales. So I have been there before, real world, but it's been a while, and we're going there this week, so let's go check it out in the sim. Alexa Rastas, 60 months. Oh, my background lurker reporting for duty. Alexa Rastas, what's going on? Thank you so much for the support, and the 60-month badge has been acquired. That is awesome. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate the support over the years. Hope you continue to enjoy the content and enjoy this quick little stream out to the British Virgin Islands. So here's the other thing. I almost flew BWI L1011 Miami to MBPV in the L1011 because there's a sweet BWI livery, but I'm going to save the L1011 stream because Green Dot just released a L1011 video, and I think we're going to have to do a L1011, another pseudo long haul with Green Dot again, and we're going to have to watch the L10, and we have to watch it in the L10 livery, or the Eastern livery, so we'll see. Or we can watch it in Cathay, go to Kitech. I don't know. That's for plans later in the month, or later next week. So without further ado, let's go ahead and reset the drone cam. Let's go outside. And we just pulled our covers off. I had the pedos on there. Go ahead and pull those. Now, can I open this without going in the cockpit? I think so. Love that sound. Boris did the sound pack to the Citation 10 as well. Flight FX really did a good job. We'll leave the aircraft chalked for now. Take a look at her as we go around. I love this livery. It's a sleek livery. In the shade here, it looks a little flat, but just wait till we get her up in the sun. It just looks fast. I've always loved the ramp presence of the Citation 10. We'll pull these engine covers off here. Take a look. Can we open up? I think we can open up these panels too, right? See what's going on in here. Got the cargo in here. Looking good. The Rolla, what's up, man? Big up V1. Special request from the VIP passenger. Korean jazz during cruise. Man, we're going to be ripping so fast. I don't know if we'll have time for Korean jazz, but we'll see what we can get into. We'll see what kind of trouble we can get into, my man. Thank you so much for the support. Look at these engines, man. I freaking love these engines. I got the double registration thing going on again. Oh, underneath the wing, everything looks good. Take a look at the winglets. She's ready. She just looks fast, though, right? It's just, the Citation 10 just looks like a fast airplane. Absolutely love it. So let's come around here. We'll hop into the cockpit. We'll power her up. We're not using the GPU here in Key West because they charge a lot extra for the GPU. So we're going to go right into battery and GPU, or excuse me, APU power. So how we do this is we actually go standby power on, and then we go avionics 1 on. No? Oh no, avionics off. Emergency exit lights, arm. Hold on, what's this thing? Standby power, emergency arch. There we go. Then we do battery 1 and 2. And the reason we do that, we want to check to see if we can get the align. Oh, I just screwed it up. Align nav. Hopefully I didn't just screw up moving into attitude mode there. And now we can go battery 1, battery 2. take a listen as she boots up here. And then I think we want to power the ICAS for the APU. There's the ICAS coming up, and I'm going to hide these yokes out of the way. Let's get the APU master power switch on. Master power switch is on, and then we'll do the fire test. We got the lights and APU start. Ooh. Love it, love it, love it, love it. Jeremy Harvey, what's going on, man? Check your text. I have some exciting news. Ooh, I will, Jeremy. Hope all is well, man. Good to see you, dude. I have a question for the 24 Marketplace. Do you really have to manually delete the airplane to be able to download the update? I haven't heard that, Fly to Live. What I have heard, hold on, let me get us on generator on. It's going to take the load. Excellent. So that's on. Generators on. We'll give it 2 minutes to get those bleed air fumes on. Let's get the rest of the avionics on. Get the fans powering up. What I have heard with Marketplace aircraft is you want to make sure you deselect them from the free flight menu before you attempt to update them. So if you know how when you leave the sim and come back, it still has the last airplane that you flew in there. Make sure you switch that off, switch airplanes. Like if you want to update the Citation 10, load up in the Caravan. Okay, then get out of the Caravan menu or get out of the flight, then update the 750 in Marketplace menu. You don't want to try to update an airplane from Marketplace while it's still selected in the main menu. Can cause problems for sure. So, all right. I really hope we didn't screw the alignment up by moving that over to that position. But I need to figure out, let's get the bleed air max cool on. Let's get some panel lighting going on here. We've got to juice up the cockpit. Floodlights. We're rocking the CRTs as well, which is, of course, excellent. I thought there was more panel lights. So the standby instruments, I guess we still are here, where we do not have... Oh, that's the center screen. I guess we cannot illuminate these standby instruments. All right, pausing it. That seems a little high. Can we go normal cool? Let's do normal cool. Cool it down a little bit in the cabin. Wonderful. How time flies, Al W, my man. What's up? Time flying indeed. 54 months. Appreciate you, Al. All right, let's head over to... It's a beautiful morning. Is it still cloudy out, Al? I wanted to go fishing today. I should have just gone fishing. I was going to go fishing if I didn't get called, but there was one trip. There was only one trip in open time, and I was number 5 on the list. And I got the trip. Not happy, but it is what it is. Weights. Import from SimBrief. Full boat, almost. We got one lav seat, looks like, left. So we've got that. I don't think I need to hit apply, right? We're already imported. I'll hit apply. I saw the airplane already go down, so that looks good. Ground services, we don't need you. Navigraph. You basically have to put in your own flight, I believe, but that's all right. We'll do taxi. We're not on a SID, so we're going to just go ahead and bring up the taxi diagram here for Key West. Let's do a Magic Barrel ref. And, oh, I forgot. There we go. Loaded. Flight plan. And if we go nav, SimBrief, flight plan recall, there she is. Locking and loading. All right, flight plan is pulled in. We're not doing any SID, but we'll do a departure off of runway 9er. We'll activate that. Let's go to the arrival. Runway 10 is what they're planning on, and there's a VOR. We'll do the RNAV 10. And let me look at SimBrief. We're supposed to come off of a Soleil. Let's take a look at the arrival chart into MBPV. MBPV or MPVVVV? I don't remember. Delete. MBPV. Providencialis. Approach RNP 10. This is what we're looking at here. Still cloudy over Marine Creek. Man, I just couldn't help but think about Topwater today, dude. Turks and Caicos RNP-10. Let's take it off of Benos, which will be the procedure turn there. Actually, we're kind of coming in from the south. Or north, excuse me. Nope, nope. Our flight plan goes north. That's a cool flight plan. We're going to go right over the Bahamas. Top of climb over the Bahamas, all the way down the islands. And we're going to go back south over the Cayman Island and then right into Providenciales. So straight in 10. So that'll be a straight in approach off of Benos. So let's load that. I don't know why I'm getting a little stutter now. It's making me a little nervous. All right, that's loaded up. We'll activate that. Perf initialize. So let's go ahead and initialize climb 300 max speed. Yes, please. Trans altitude is 18. That checks. And we're going to sync the EFB weights. We'll confirm that. Perf data, fuel remaining 1871. Good. Takeoff speeds. It's 25 C outside, runway 9. We're going to keep the winds essentially nil. One runway is dry. Should we run wet numbers? Let's run wet numbers just in case it gets a little bit of a Florida sun shower. We're doing a flaps 15 anti-ice off. Confirm init. Takeoff data. That gives us a takeoff weight of 29,339. Runway is 4,800 feet. We're going to use 3,300 feet, but we're not probably going to use all of that because we're going to be blasting off flaps 15 anyway. That's just worst case scenario. So that is all set up. I'm going to put you in RMA, the tune mode here, 22.8. 22.8 with transponder TARA. That looks good. So we'll go back to flight plan. And now the only thing left that we have to do is figure out how to hide the EFB. Perfect. EFB has been hidden. And we can run through some more setup over here. So let's go ahead and get the the nav lights on, tail floodlights on, seatbelts can come on. Anti-skid is off, hydraulics pumps are off. That all looks good. We need to come down here, run a quick rotary test, smoke detection, landing gear unsafe, fire warning, thrust reverser. There they are. They're all illuminated on the panel. Flap config, overspeed. Annunciator lights, Christmas tree essentially looking good. All right, rotary test is complete. Ground idle high, we'll leave it in low. That looks good. Our alignment is aligned. We'll put the weather in standby. Everything else looks good from that point of view. Coming across the left, let's go daytime dim. No, we're daytime. We'll leave it on bright. Crossfeed. We want to check left hand. Flip it over, back to off, and then you would actually test, I forgot how to do this check. I think you're basically just doing that. There we go. Should have the light, and extinguish. All right, gravity feed, we don't need to worry about that. External power is off. Ignitions are in norm. Fuel boost is in norm. I thought there was there we go. Fuel boost on. Checking both fuel boost. Okay, cool. So both fuel boost into the normal position. All right. Fuel boost in norm. That all looks good. PFD setup. We're going to return that. That's all good. V-spades. Takeoff speeds are already going to be in there once we set up. So MFD setup. I'll make sure I got everything I want. I want the wind vector. Vertical profile on. And we want terrain on. Actually, we want traffic and terrain, so let's do that. So that is set up. This page, emergency messages, none. Electrical, engine, we're going to leave that up for engine start. All right, so we are pretty much good to go. Magic barrel ref is set. Let's set a cruise altitude. We set 450. I don't know if we're actually going to get all the way up there, but that's what SimBrief gave us. So let's set 45,000 feet. 45,000 feet is set, and that pretty much leaves us to wait for our passengers. Looks like the sun is coming out, and we'll go ahead and close up shop, get ready to go. I want Barry, Mick Oatmeal, what's up, man? So I was going to prop today, but I got disappointed that I had to go away for 3 more days. When I only have 2 days of reserve left, I still got to go spend the night in the airport tonight. I'm going to go sleep in the friggin' sleep room and get 2 hours of sleep and fly back to Houston in the morning. So because of that, I decided I'm not happy enough to do a prop stream. But I still wanted to get a stream out to you guys. I really almost did the 737-600 in Southwest livery, so I got my fans, I got my custom MobiFlight profile set up so you can use the 777, or excuse me, the 747 FMC with the fans too and the PMDG now. I got it all bound up. It's really fun to use. So perhaps when I get back from this trip, we're doing a little dinosaur thing on Saturday with the kids. Sunday I'm off. No, I'm not off. I got a tournament on Sunday, which I'm actually going to be able to fish. So that's kind of wild. I don't know when I'll be able to stream after that. But the next time we do stream the NG, I'm excited I get to use my wind control 747 FMC with the fans too of PMDG. So good to see you, Scotty. What's up, man? I'm ready to rock and roll. Our passengers show up. Look at that. I don't know what scenery this is. Welcome to the Conch Republic, U.S. Customs and Border Protection. I love this little airport. Haven't been here in a few years, but I did come in here quite frequently. So we're in the aircraft. I'm going to come over here and close the door manually, if I remember where to click. Right here? Yep. All right, door is latched. Everybody's on board. Wow, I didn't actually realize there was passengers in here. That actually kind of scared me when I panned the camera around. Make sure everything is, there's got plates. We're ready to go. Wine, coffee. All right, let's go to work here. Passengers like to see the pilots, so we're going to go ahead and leave that door open. Let's go ahead and get ready to start them up. No ATC online. I was going to use Beyond ATC today, but I didn't get it updated in time. So we're going to take a look at that. There's been some updates with Beyond ATC as well. So we'll take a look at that the next time we fly the GA too. I'm going to spin my heading bug around 090-ish. 092, I think. And let's go ahead and get everything fired up. So anti-landing light, that's all good. Let's get the recog. Anti-collision light is coming on, and the APU bleed is on. We leave the avionics on. We leave the generators on for starting the Citation 10. Let me get the camera ready. Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and start engine 2. Fuel on. Oh. Did you hear that light off? Love it. Love it. All right, get started on engine number 2. Let's go ahead and start engine 1 from inside. And 2's on the rise. %. I was late on that. Fuel on. Gen off light. That's normal. That's true to the real aircraft. There's our light off. All right, so it looks like we got 2 good starts. Engine 1 and 2 are started. We're going to go ahead and get pitot left and right on. Windshield into norm, left, right. Windshield air can stay off. Wing inspection light, no heats are required. We're going to leave the, oh gosh, I always forget. The generator or the bleed on? I think we leave the generator on. Turn the bleed off. So APU bleed is off. Generator stays on. Any Citation 10 aficionados can confirm that for me. Let's get the TO set. Flight director's up and let's roll. Key West traffic 877 Sierra Delta type Citation 10. Taxi runway 09. Key West traffic. All right, flaps 15. I love the slats on a Citation. There we go. Man, it's super bright now that the sun came out. That's flaps 5. One more. Flaps 15. Flight controls. brakes, release. Let's go flying. It's the opposite. It's bleeds on the APU. Generator off. I think that sounds better. Gosh, this livery just looks fast. It does say in the checklist. I'll have to take a look at the checklist here once we get straight on Alpha. I wish Windwing would update the dang SimMap Pro to work. I hate having a program. I know, man. I know. Windwing needs to do, because, I mean, SimMap Pro, I think, just runs better in general than MobiFlight. If they could get something going where, you know, you could make custom profiles through SimMap Pro easy, I would do it rather than MobiFlight. Yeah, 15 or I think it's 18,000 is when you turn it off. So let's go ahead and APU starting engines before taxi. No, we did all that. Generators on for takeoff. This is APU prior to 310 off. It's only, they don't do it every time. So when I was really enjoying this airplane a lot. I still enjoy it. It's been a long time since we've flown it. But there was a moment in time there where I was really watching a bunch of videos and stuff. Oh, I got to set trim too. We still got the no takeoff light. Not every takeoff was APU on. It's only for performance that you would need it sometimes. I'm gonna go stab trim in the green. APU gen off light, APU on, that's normal. Pack MP valve open left right, that's normal. So we're good. But yeah, we probably, we don't have a ton of fuel. We probably could get out of here no problem with APU off, but it just gives us an extra switch to hit. Give us a little extra deuce. We're going for speed on this one. We got some fancy clients on board. They're going from Key West to Providenciales on vacation. If you're familiar with prop flying, we're doing a VY climb out today. Sorry you couldn't go fishing. Thanks for hanging out with us. I'm enjoying the coffee mug from the shiny new Toga greater than Flex mug. Hey, maybe you should go fish out on for 42. Mr. Anderson himself, good to see you, man. Thank you for the support. Thanks for the support and getting a mug, man. Appreciate that. I looked at the Go Fish add-on. I did. You know how many? I think I've had the Parallel 42 Go Fish add-on in my cart for I probably had it in my cart, 4 or 5 different times. I always get to get ready to purchase it. I'm like, am I really gonna use this? Am I really gonna? Because it's like $40 or something, right? Like, am I really gonna get $40 worth of sim fishing in Microsoft 2024? Albeit with the Caravan on floats now, we probably will. So I might end up doing it. We'll see. Oh, we forgot to do a couple taxi out checks here. So let's do a reverser check. So we're gonna pop the buckets. Arm unlock. Deploy, and then Emer stow. Look at that, that's awesome. Close it back down. Norm, and I gotta reset my handles. There we go. Engine lights are out. All right, weather is in standby. Lights are set. Takeoff is flaps 15, 122, 125, 130. We're gonna be heading out to route. TARA is set on there. Landing, taxi lights coming off, engine sync is off. And did I get the rest of the lights? Recog's coming on. Let's go flying. Anti-skid in normal. And Key West traffic, Citation 8772 Delta, departing runway 09, straight out, east departure, Key West traffic. All right, let's go. I love how capable the Citation 10 is, yet it is so simple to operate. Like, I mean, it's almost like it's just a really well done job. I mean, Citation, I mean, they know what's going on. Cessna, man, they know what's going on. Easy to operate, easy to set up, quick to set up. You have a lot of tools at your fingertips. APU gen, APU bleed, all the power you need. I'm a poet, didn't even know it. Imagine that. I love that nose wheel line-up sound on the groove runway there. All right, let's go ahead. All right, trim set, takeoff set, APU gen is off, the bleed is running. We're doing a max performance takeoff. TOTO is set. Let's spool them up. 50 yogas in chat, because it's going to happen quick. I will see you guys probably at 10,000 feet. Let's go flying. Power set. 80. V1. We'll rotate. Positive rate. Gear up. Fly with. We're going for speed on this one. Keep that nose down. Flaps 5. Trying to get to 250 knots as quick as we can. And climb thrust. Flaps up. Looking for 250. We'll redirect our box. If I remember how to do it. Direct. Route. Nav. Flight level change. LNAV, flight level change 210 going to 450. Going 3,000 feet a minute, accelerating like a banshee. It's not a Learjet, but it's amazing. There's the Naval Air Station. Ah, yes. Typically they don't like flying midday. I normally wind the time back, but going out here in the islands, I love seeing that blue water. Get that nose down a little bit more. Let's go ahead and get all the way up to 250 knots. Clean. Trims out beautifully too. Absolutely trims out beautifully. Let's turn the sim down a little bit. There's our 250 knots. Get back on course here. There's 250. Yaw dampers on, autopilot's on. Alright, after takeoff checklist. After takeoff cam, gear, flaps, throttles, anti-ice not required, engine sync. We're going fan. Pressurization. Oh, chat, we never set the pressurization. Total screw up. Cabin's moving. Sorry, can I? We're going up to 45 too. Rookie move. I knew I was looking over here. I knew I forgot something. We'll set it 1,000 above, 46,000 feet. I knew I was forgetting something. All right, at 10K, we're accelerating to 300. Seatbelt lights off. Tail flood will save the bulbs. Recogs can come off. We have ground and ground recognition, anti-collision. Taxi, landing lights all coming off. Once we hit 300 here in the climb out, actually, I'll tell you what, let's go manual speed. Our clients want to get there. We're going we do 330 in the climb out? Jeez. Let's see if we can do 330 in the climb out. Up we go. 330 knots in the climb out. She's pitching up. All right, pressurization is catching up. Let's go ahead and APU bleed air. We've got an extra light here. Ready to load. Bleed valve is open. So bleed valve off. Master, or first before we do the master, we're going to go ahead and do the... Isn't there a special way to stop it? I think you push this. No. I thought that... maybe I'm thinking of like the F-28. We'll move it into stop. We'll let it spool down. And then we'll get the APU offline. Alright, trim is good. Engines are good. Fuel hydraulic, make sure everything is balanced. Fuel flow, look at that. 1840 aside. We're cooking, chat. We are cooking. APU, it's almost all the way off, 0%, and APU master switch is off. Sit back, relax, and enjoy a very expensive ride to Providencialis. All right, back to the chat. What are we at? At like 18,000 feet? Vodka, what's up, man? I'm surprised I didn't see a 727 or a Lear on the ramp. I'm surprised I didn't see a Learjet on the ramp out there, man. Let's go back to full screen. I was gonna do Lear, but they had so many updates, dude. I'm so many updates behind. I figured I'll just screw it because I didn't have a whole lot of time. I'll start up. Should I start up beyond ATC? Yeah, I'll start it up. We're in cruise though. That's all right. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's get the... I haven't launched it in a long time. It's going to take a minute to... It's going to download all the updates, so that's the other thing. Nah, you know what? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it now. I don't want to risk it. I did just hit my throttle, so everything is good. We're still climb. 340. Look at our... Look at our profile. We probably should be climbing more aggressively, but we're going for speed on this one. Top of climb is moving back. We'll keep the airports, keep traffic. XY vector, 19 knot tailwind. I like the XY vector too. It helps when you're on landing. You can really see what's your direct tailwind factor. All right, so we'll keep that as is. It's ICAS systems. Oh, it can... Oh, in case it's like a backup. Yeah, we don't need a... Oh, now I screwed up that. Now I gotta go put my vertical profile back on. There we go. All right, leave it as is. It's like a backup. We're blanked out here. APU is secured. Coming through 18,000 feet. 2,500 feet a minute. 340. Glorious knots. There's 18. Magic Barrel ref is set. This is where I wish... Whoa. This is where I wish I had chase plane. Because I want to do flybys. Like, you know, flyby in a L1011, 7.3. It's going to be sweet, right? It's going to be awesome. But doing a flyby in a Lear or a Citation 10, I want to see what that sounds like. I know it's Coronado, but if you looked at the Beechcraft 200, I'm not going to get it because they still... One of the most... Arguably the most important gauge to have modeled in a PT-6 aircraft is the ITT. And the ITT does not function for engine start in the Coronado Beech 200. It's been like 3 updates. I've been watching it. Coronado makes some incredibly impressive visual airplanes. Like the texturing, the modeling looks fantastic. The sounds, I can take them or leave them. But the fact that you don't even have an ITT modeled, it's like, come on now. Now, there was the one Coronado airplane that I loved so much, I loved it dearly, I flew it in X-Plane and in FSX. I probably have several hundred hours in it. Because for some reason, I don't know if it was by accident, but the Coronado PA-31 in X-Plane 11 and in FSX was a very well modeled, and the performance numbers were ballpark, like within what I was getting when I was flying the Navajos and Chieftains. Was it a Phoenix study PA-31? No. But it was good enough, especially at the time for me, to thoroughly enjoy it. I actually made a whole Freight Dog Piston series in the Coronado PA-31. And actually in X-Plane, they have the reality expansion pack, the sim coders. I don't know if they got it for X-Plane 12, Gus. That's kind of a thought. But maybe I would have to take a look at that. But sim coders took the Coronado PA-31 and made it even more detailed. But after that, I haven't really flown a Coronado airplane that I've enjoyed. You know, they look great. Sometimes they don't sound half bad, but you're gonna model a King Air, but you're not gonna give me an ITT gauge. Come on now. Gosh, look at the. I mean, guys, I'm getting a Citation. I'm getting a corporate jet itch again. After seeing that Global 750 land in Newark, having to commute to work all the time, I'm starting to look at corporate gigs. What would you guys think if I left my airline career to go back to flying corporate? Oh my gosh. Look how tight this cockpit looks. So I will tell you one thing. This cockpit is very deceiving. It looks like it's pretty spacious in here. I've been up front of a Citation 10. It is very tight. It's a lot tighter than this view gives it. What if I put the yokes back? There we go. Put the yokes back. This cockpit is actually pretty dang tight. So, back to Kika. The torque needles bouncing up and down like they're on springs. Yeah. Coronado are really good at making airplanes, modeling, texturing. That's all top notch. Unfortunately, they're a little more accessible aircraft, very simplified. Yes. Yeah, they are very simplified, Skelber. And I mean, honestly, I love the King Air 200 so much. I really wanted to get the Coronado B200. But after flying something like Black Square, and Black Square has almost ruined flying any other GA airplane for me. Any GA airplane I fly is Black Square. Now, the Just Flight Arrows are actually very good. I enjoy them as well. We've flown them on this channel. I remember, it was a while ago, one of the more memorable streams I have with you guys, we flew the Just Flight Piper Arrow, no GPS, literally just used a VFR sectional chart, and we flew a training route that I would take students on cross countries, and we just used the sim graphics and that VFR chart and flew that route. And I think we had like 5 or 6 of us in a conga line. I think Vodka was there. There were a couple other people there, and that was it's such a simple stream when you just get to step back and do that. But anyway, I'm getting a little bit off topic. But yeah, Just Flight Arrows are good. But flying stuff like the Arrows or Black Square, I would be thoroughly disappointed getting in a Coronado airplane, especially a turboprop. When you look at the modeling the Duke has, the turbine, the PT6 Duke, the turbine Arrow, the turbine TBM, like the Starship. Are you kidding me? The Starship is one of the most complex. The Starship is really a jetliner with props. That really is what it is. The Starship is really a jetliner with props. And Nick at Black Square just absolutely demolished that airplane and made it so good. F-33A and C-210 from Coronado to X-Plane 12 with really? So they have the F-33A and C-210, but they don't have the rep default. Also, really, Gus? Interesting. The BE-58? Interesting, Gus. Isn't Black Square coming out with the King Air 350? I believe it's on the roadmap. I have no idea timeline or if any of that stuff, but I do believe it's on the roadmap. I do believe it's on the roadmap. I kind of wish he was doing a 200 or like a 90 or something, you know? Because, I mean, the 350 is cool and all, but I never flew the 350. I mean, I absolutely love the 350, but I've never flown a 350. You actually have to be type rated. The King Air 350 requires a type rating. I'm sure I could get in and fly it. You know, I've flown the 200 a little bit, flown a 90 a little bit, got a ton of Beach 99 time, which is essentially a 200 unpressurized. So I'm sure I could fly it if I had, you know, end of the world scenario. But in terms of my favorite King Airs, you know me, guys. You know I like this. I like the 319. I like the 736. I like the short version of whatever variant airplane is out there. But if the King Air is next vodka and he is on that 3, I mean that will be. The King Air 350 is such a capable turboprop. Such a capable turboprop. So I can't wait to see what Nick has in store for us. A2A Comanche, great aircraft. Yes, A2A has got some good stuff as well. You know, it comes up all the time. Every time we talk about GA airplanes, I got nothing against A2A. I just, on my personal experience level, or my personal preference level, rather, there's something about the black square birds that I feel like I get a more satisfying experience, you know? And I think it's a collection of additional systems and the sound environment and maybe some texturing. But that doesn't mean A2A is not good at all. A2A has some phenomenal products as well. I'm just on my personal preference, you know. When we did the A2A, we're never going to get to 45 if we keep going like this. Let's go ahead and knock it back. We did the A2A, what is it, the Aero Commander. We did that flight. I mean, and it was fun. It was a fun flight, but I don't know. I come walking away wanting more, you know. Does Black Square make the 350? I believe it's a 350i he's working on. Gus says Rep made 2 Bonanzas with P for X-Plane 12. The G36 and the A36. A36 also has the Tennessee and tip tanks version. All right. If I ever get back... See, so Gus, my issue... We should probably do it. Oh, that's why we're doing like 8.8 Mach. I need to do a Mach changeover. Where's the changeover? There we go. Let's do Mach 8.3 in the climb out. Look at 8.3 in the changeover. My only thing, Gus, like, I'm with you. I believe the Reality Expansion Pack GA airplanes in X-Plane 12 are probably amazing. Here's the thing, though. If you don't have all the scenery... You're still in X-Plane 12. And, like, for me, if I'm going to fly X-Plane 12, I'd rather be up at altitude where I don't have to see the scenery. Because I don't want to spend the time, you know? But I don't doubt that getting even the C90, Gus, I will tell you this. I hooked up my Brunner force feedback yoke, and I flew the C90 King Air, the default one in X-Plane 12. And it's pretty good. It's pretty dang good. It's pretty fun. But the problem is... You're flying low and slow in X-Plane 12, which for me, if I'm flying an X-Plane 12, I'm either doing Mach 8.5 and the Felis 7.4, or we're flying at night, both of which not really conducive to GA flying airplanes. Yeah, Migs, what's up, man? I love the avionics cooling fans up here. Love it. What do we got coming up on our left-hand side? Let's go to the map. So let's see, we're fighter jet. NASA up here on the left. So yeah, our flight plan is pretty cool. We're going to go up here, and then we're going to cut across, and then into Providenciales. So we're going to go up, and then turn down. I don't know what this guy is doing. Is this guy in the 350? Oh, he's gone. That's just a beautiful view right there. Yeah, turbo normalized. Thank you. I couldn't think of it. Do you think the Just Flight F-28? You'll fly the F-28? I like older planes. That one isn't in my list. I almost flew the F-28 for this stream. There's a lot of things I almost flew for this stream. It seems like. So here's the another like info, backdoor info for being a streamer or not a content creator. Like for me, Now, XP72 has got a ton of this. When you have so much hardware to reconfigure, it almost makes... It doesn't almost. It does make last-minute changing of airplanes for the stream more challenging. So, like, if I wanted to fly the F-28, I got to take off my Boeing stuff. I got to get all my F-28 levers out. I got to make sure my binds are set up. I got to clear... Like, there's so many things I got to, like, reset up on, reconfigure on my desk. To do a last-minute swap like that for one flight, just not really worth it. But if we're going to do, you know, 3 F-28 streams in a row, which we might, we probably should revisit the F-28. It has been a hot minute since we flew the F-28. Another phenomenal airplane from Just Flight. Super under the radar. YouTube hates it. No one likes to watch F-28 streams, but it is a super well-rounded module. It can keep you very busy, or you can use some of the assistances with the FMS and stuff like the UNS-1. And have more lateral navigation help than old school. But F-28's a sneaky good airplane. Sounds are phenomenal, too. Zach, yeah, as they told you, this is the Flight FX Citation 750. This one is, I believe it's exclusive on Marketplace, right? And it is one of the best airplanes, man. All right, going through 40,000 feet, we need to make sure that we are in half bank, right? Or is that auto on? There's a couple things we need to do. Yeah, half bank is engaged. APU is off. We're going through our 40 checks. Let's make sure pressurization is normal. Oop, I didn't mean to increase it that much. 23, that looks good. Cabin is 22. Cockpit is 22. Perfect. Perfect temps all around. Pressurization is doing good. We've got plenty of room there on our diff. We're looking good. I didn't have to do anything with the oxygen bottle, did I? Probably should have tested the mask, though we can't test it anyway. All right, but yeah, through our 40 checks. You see how quiet it got as it went through 40? I didn't touch any volume. I didn't touch the volume at all. But I love it. And it actually, we can get up to 41 in the 7.3. I've been up to 45 in a Citation, but yeah, this is cool. You get up through the 40s, things start to get quieter. V1 knows the backdoor info. Same thing with you, the bomb tech, though, like the Lear 35. I really wanted to fly the Lear today because we talked about it yesterday, but I literally came to the office. I tried like 3 different airplanes. I took 4 different thumbnails. I was going to fly the BWI L1011. I X'd that because I didn't, when I got the call for commuting in tonight, I just kind of got depressed. So I only want to fly that when I'm happy. Same with the props. I did took off and took a screenshot in the Baron and the Bonanza. Like, okay, we're not going to fly those today. I don't have enough time. And I was like, well, I'm going to do the 73600. So I got the 73600 ready to go. And then I'm like, well, why would I fly a straight wing 600 in retro colors with a Fans 2 CDU? So then I got out of that one. I got in this PMDG 737-700. And I was like, okay, let's do a stream from like Miami to Providenciales in the 700. I'm like, well, there's not really any good livery to do that in. So I'm like, well, let's do the 800 with the American bare metal. I'm like, well, I feel like we just flew American recently. So I'm like, all right, screw it. Let's fly the Citation 10. That was literally my thought process. I got to the office at 9:30. The original plan was to stream at 10:30. Had it back in an hour, went to 11:30. So that's the backdoor process for bomb tech. And then, of course, I got to remember how to fly the dang thing, you know? All right, there's 1,000 to level off. 45,000 feet. Mach 1.1. No, we don't want Mach 1.1. Should we do like 9? We can't get into the 9s. Let's do Mach 9.1. Let's do 9.0. Yeah, we're going to Providenciales. MBPV. Man, we're going to be there in no time. What's our ground speed? 547. We have a 61 knot tailwind. We're going to do 9.0 Mach at 40,000 feet. Look at this. You can see the curvature of the Earth for the flat earthers. Bomb tech still believes the Earth is flat. Here's my question, though. If the Earth is round, how come there's no pictures of airplanes flying upside down from space? What about the 12 UFO scientists and researchers that are missing or dead? I know, Bombtech. Listen. Listen. It's weird, man. It's weird, Bombtech. I don't have the auto throttle on. I got to be careful. I don't have the auto. Let's go ahead and turn on the ATS. ATS is engaged. Auto thrust system. We're at manual speed. 90 Mach. What ground speed did it give us? 572. Sorry to blow out your ears there. See, this is where I want to do a chase plane flyby at 92 Mach. See what it looks like. I mean, there's a sexy looking airplane. I love the 10. I really do. I don't even know which view I want to sit at. I kind of like the this view right here with the little fan spinning. Almost Mach 1 at 470. You sure this isn't a reconnaissance air mission? There's a new Burbank on the marketplace. Really, Al Loper? A new Burbank, huh? Who makes it, Al? Reach 450. The tinfoil stream is starting. No. Not yet. Not yet. This is not the official tinfoil hat stream. I'm gonna prepare for that one. I'm gonna watch some AJ Gentile for those of you that know who he is. I'll prepare for our tinfoil hat stream. We'll do that in the Lear. We got to get a good livery. Maybe we got to find that Phoenix Rattler livery that Whiskey Throttle made. Need to discuss the Artemis 2 mission. Yeah. Did you guys see that they were wearing different patches from when they got out of the capsule to when they were in the helicopter? I don't know. Migs88 dropping the 5 gifted memberships. Migs, thank you so much for the support, my man. I appreciate you, dude. If you pick up a membership from Migs, make sure you shout him out, say thank you. And then go ahead and put your tinfoil back on. Thank you so much, Migs. I appreciate the support, buddy. Do you like the Citation X or Lear 35 more? Great question. Are you talking about, if you're talking about just in sim and like which I like to fly, I love them both the same. They're just very different. Chillix. So the Citation 10, one we're in today, as you saw, setup. Once you find your way around the cockpit, very simple airplane to operate. You know, you got FADEC controlled throttles. You have an auto throttle system. You have engine start is all automated. Everything is very easy. You got a couple of switches to flip, but it's all basic stuff. Window heats, pitot heats, you know, that's it. Pretty simple FMS, LNAV, VNAV, go fly and rip it. It's fast, it's efficient. It's as far as an airplane in the sim, it's got a great sound pack. It's a very realistic, very believable sound pack. Boris Audio Works did work on this sound, on these sounds with Flight FX. Hand flying feels great. It feels like you're flying a swept wing jet that is capable of doing 9.0 and cruise, and then you're coming in at 147 knots on the approach. So like it is all around, it is a very good airplane for what you get. The depth of simulation is what I'm going to just kind of steal the trademark for mini builds, where I think it's like on the line, right? It's all the normal stuff that you would expect to work works. Now, can you get failures and stuff in it? I don't believe so, unless they're Microsoft failures that are already being done like within the sim. But it's modeled well enough to where you could really enjoy on-the-line behavior. The flight model is great, which is a huge part of the thing. But it's much easier to operate than, say, the Lear 35. Flipping the side of the coin is the Lear 35. Very good sounds, especially now. They were a little iffy at the start, but I believe Boris worked on the sounds for the Lear 35, so great sound environment. Performance on the airplane, it is the closest thing you're going to get to flying a fighter jet that it flies passengers. The Lear 35 is an incredible performer in terms of speed. A little bit shorter range than the 10, but here's where the difference is. It is an analog, fast-moving airplane that is highly demanding. You're not going to be able to sip a glass of wine and fly your Lear 35 in and out of Teterboro and enjoy yourself. You're going to be strapped to the controls. You're going to be strapped to the trim, the pitch barrel ref. You're going to be strapped to moving the thrust levers. You don't have an auto throttle system. If you're navigating without a GPS, you can put a GPS in the Lear 35, so you can navigate that way if you want to. But if you want to do conventional nav, you're going to be busy. You need to be drinking coffee and, a couple Zins in your pocket ready to go, because that's the Lear 35. The Citation 10 is Friday night, glass of wine, put some classical music on, and go fly to Providenciales. The Lear 35, coffee, Zins, some techno music in the background, and just hang on, because it's going to take you for a ride. So almost polar opposite experiences in the sim, but both extremely well modeled and extremely rewarding and fun to fly. The Lear 35 being a little bit more rewarding because it's so much more demanding. But you can't go wrong with either one of them. Welcome members to New V1 Conspiracies. Thank you, Migs, for the $2 super chat. I'm gonna need to get a special emoji for 450 streams, aren't I? Aaron, the Irish lad. What's up, brother? What's up? Says, you should give Flight FX Piaggio Avante. I know. I love it. I have it, dude. I have it, Aaron. We flew it a handful of times. I stopped flying it because when they made the 2020 compatible version, there was a problem with the ground-to-air friction in 24. I don't know if they fixed that yet. I believe they have. It's been forever, right? So I have to try it again, Aaron. When we flew it, we did a handful of streams. We flew to San Jose. Dude, I went down the deep end with the Piaggio. I was watching YouTube videos of the guys flying Piaggios. I was like looking at manuals of the Piaggio. I've been fascinated by the Avanti. Also a good airplane. Look at that blue water, guys. That is awesome. But yeah, we should try that again. I have it. I own it. I just haven't flown it in a very long time. I don't know is it native now for 24? I thought someone said something in the Discord about the Piaggio being updated for 24 now. The latest relaunch of the Lear 35 also includes failures. I know, Scalber. I know, man. I've been keeping an eye on it. Look, I haven't flown it a lot, but I'm keeping an eye on it. I believe I'm still in their Discord. Anytime there's a Lear 35 update, I'm on it. And I actually really like the fly sim work, guys. I've spoken to a couple of them, devs, like just communicating through Discord or whatever, and cool, good stuff, man. That Lear 35 is becoming a top tier add-on that is rarely ever mentioned in top tier add-on products. Yeah, Aaron, it was a while. Aaron, I loved it so much. Whiskey Throttle even made a custom livery for us. We have a custom livery in the Avanti. Where's the Boris headphone simulation in the 10? Flight sim guy? Great question. I know it's on the EFB. Let me see if there's a click spot for it. Where do you plug your headset in around here? Normally it's the headset. I don't know of the click spot. Let's see if you guys config. Listen to that. I mean, that's quiet. I feel like I can hear myself think that's too quiet. I can hear the government mind control. Let's just go back to there. I should probably start thinking about top of descent soon. My gosh, we're doing 575 knots. I love it. 960 fuel flow. I want to do outside view, but I love, this is what I love about flying out here. Look how beautiful that is. I mean, I want to do external shot, but that is the view right there. That is beautiful. I think I found out walking to a gate that the pilot thought the Earth was flat. I would quietly rebook a flight on another airline. Just to be safe, yeah. I haven't flown DCS for years since picking up the A2A Comanche, but I have been itching for something faster. Lear 35 might be your answer. Yes, if you're looking for faster, the Lear 35 is what you need, man. And right now, if you get the new one for 2024, it comes with, you know, three or four variants, Vodka. We have like there's a medical, there's a VIP, and cargo. So you get 3 variants. Was there one more? I thought there was one more. Maybe I'm thinking of a different airplane. But yeah, 3 variants. And it's a very good airplane. You're going to have to spend some time getting your bindings set up as well. There are a lot of bindings in the Lear 35 or that are unique to the Lear 35, like the pitch barrel and all that stuff. Take some time getting your bindings set up. If you had to lose one, Piaggio or Starship? If I had to lose one, like not fly one? I'd probably keep my Starship. I would keep the Starship. No question. You want a good G550? Get in line, Bills Mafia. Ain't no G550 coming anytime soon, my man. Would be pretty sweet, though. I want an older Gulfstream, Bills, like a G4, you know? I think a G4 would be cool. Or just a straight G5. 550's got more glass, right? Wow. Let's turn this down. I tell you what, let's do this. That's the view right there. Ah, Rain Blaze. I know, I saw that. We're going to be watching that green dot with the L1011. You betcha, man. Needs an all-metal version? I know. I love the dash fan, Cody. Yeah, I love it too. That's why I like sitting up on it. I like putting the nose of the view up there. Av Apollo. I haven't seen it yet, but I did see it's out. We're going to watch it soon. If it's so fast, what's the best way to prepare arrival and slow down time? Do you slow down farther out than regular jet traffic, Cody? Yes. So instead of, you know how we always say like 30 and 10, just plan to be at like, how about like 40 miles out, be at 10,000 feet and be slowing in at 250 knots. It's more like, as long as you're on top of it, you can be okay. But when you get behind, if you miss your top of descent and you start getting behind on the Lear 35, you're just gonna, it's just gonna snowball very, very rapidly. Golly, what airport is that down there? Where are we at? MYEF. Exuma. Oh, that's Exuma, Bahamas. Look at that little cove down there. That's why I want to go on vacation, man. I need a long vacation. Like a 2-3 weeker. I don't know if you've seen the SC-7 Skyvan around, but that plane is ugly. The Skyvan? Yes, the Skyvan is kind of ugly. Excited to hear about the MAX 710 issues. Hopefully coming to an end soon. The MAX 7 looks good. Can't wait to see them fly. Bo Nix, I'd love to see the MAX 10 get delivered because that would help me out, but I don't know if they are or not. What is the status of the MAX 10 and 7? Are they still blowing up engines with the anti-ice? Who's CJ Simulations? They're doing a global 7-500. I've never heard of them. It's a flight sim guy. Never heard of CJ Sim. I hope pmdg gets DC6 updated soon. Nah, all I'm focused on now, pmdg 747-100, man. 747 Classic from PMDG. Are you kidding me? It's gonna be an epic epic airplane. I think the first flight we'll do 747. I think we need to go to Quito. I think we need to fly into Quito. Because I remember doing the FSX Quito mission in the PMDG 74. V pilot, what's up, my man? Or Kitech, just admit it. There are 2 MAX 10s in flight testing with United. They were posting on Instagram. Yeah, in flight testing. Well, all right, that's good. Getting close. Rubes dropping the 5 gifted memberships. My man, Rubes, thank you so much, dude, for the 5 gifted memberships. Victor, Cody, Style, PJ, and Ty Walker all got a membership from Rubes. Thank you, man. Appreciate the love. Is Punitive making a 100 for 2022? I don't believe it's for 2020 stuff. I think and I hope it's only for 2024. That way they can focus on 24. So when we look at the history of releases, in my opinion, the devs that try to get both sims going at the same time, we tend to have issues. Perfect example, A350. I think indie builds kind of pinched themselves when they were saying, hey, we're going to release the 350 both for 2024 and 2020. I'm just like, I don't know, it's a good idea. And then there were some issues with WASMs. Oh my gosh, look at this. Look at that guy contrailing. That is sick. Is that another private jet? Looks like some type of airliner. That's a cool shot, though. That's just another random Iveo or chemtrailing. Yeah, he's chemtrailing. Definitely. So, I don't know. I hope they focus on one sim. That's what I was getting at that. Fly to Quito with the classic fictional global freightways. Marcus, dude, someone has to make global freightways. I actually have an itch to fly some of those old. You guys, I put in the poll for the 7.3 Max stream the other day. I thought for sure one of the fictional liveries would have won. So there are Pacifica, Landmark, and Orbit Airlines are fictional liveries for the 7.3 Max on iFly. And everyone voted for Air Canada instead. I was a little bit bummed, I'm not going to lie. Because I want to relive my youth in flight sim with those old liveries. Oh my gosh, I'm taking a screenshot. Are you kidding me? Did you see the reflection of the glint of the leading edge slat as we make this turn here? World travel is juice, but you're absolutely right. The Global Freightways livery, if I were to make a VA, I would make it the Global Freightways livery. V1 Global Freightways. And I would have that black or that dark gray and red. Maybe I should make a VA. What do you guys think about that? Should I make a virtual airline? It'd be kind of fun. Iveo exclusive VA. Plain white 7-4 in a Singapore win. Yeah, that was also another great mission. The Singapore, the monsoon. Was it the monsoon approach? Monsoon approach. Juliana Retro KLM could work for the 7.4 first stream. It could, Aaron, but for me, that the Juliana was only in the CRJ, man. That Juliana approach, it's got to be in a regional jet. Although I did fly the Juliana approach many, many times in many different airplanes because it was so awesome. It was perfectly set you up for the final there to runway 9 clear to land. There's a Grumman Goose in the bay. I love it, man. I love reminiscing of FSX. But we need to start down, I think. But some of these views are just too good. Let's go ahead and set a lower altitude. Let's come out of the 40s. I didn't set up VNAV at all. Let's set 10,000. Let's see if she starts down on her own. I don't know if it's in the box by default. We'll see if she comes down on her own at all. I am flying seats across the pond on Saturday. No, I am banned for life from VATSIM. Well, I don't know, for life. Well, I'm definitely banned, but I wouldn't be here. No. I'm taking my kids to Jurassic Quest. My son, I think all young boys, they go through a dinosaur phase. So there's a dinosaur thing coming to Dallas. So I will be doing that on Saturday. It sounds like we're spooling down for descent here, actually. I know this was a last-minute quick stream, but if you haven't already, please do hit the like button before you go, before we set up for approach. That way, you know, if you guys get the we're in VNAV out. Let's see what happens. Do you want to be in FMS speeds? I don't think it's going to start down because it doesn't know when to start down. I don't know how to get to... Yeah, no, she's not going to get down. We didn't set it up. So, let's go ahead and do... vertical speed of 1200. Down we go. Haven't had a bot in a while, Vodka. Nice. Nice catch there. I dare you fly the Heeper F4E on Microsoft when it drops. I bet you can't. How much you want to bet? I used to fly the F4 a ton in DCS, man. I flew that thing. I think when it released, I think I had one of my longest DCS stints for a while. I pretty much flew it 8 hours a day for like 3 days in a row. I love the F4, man. Absolutely love the F4 Phantom. Tomcat though is my baby. Although I probably don't even remember how to start the Tomcat. Tomcat F4, anything Heepler, man. Heepler DCS is pinnacle of flight simulation. It is the pinnacle of flight simulation. I used to do a handful of DCS streams. When I had my setup differently at the very first HQ, I used to do some helicopter stream. We did some Apache live streams. My buddy Bert, I haven't talked to him in ages. He would be the CPG, and we'd fly around. We'd go fly in those campaign servers and stuff. But it's probably been a year plus now since I've been on DCS. Gulfstream reached out to PMDG once? Really? That would be awesome, man. You know what I want though, is I want PMDG to do a Falcon 50. I mean, think of the resources they have. They own a Falcon 50 as a company. So, I bet you it'd be a pretty dang good airplane if they made a Falcon. But isn't there a Falcon 50 in development for my contrail? Somebody posted a screenshot of it. It says path, but we're like... Oh, you know why? That's why. Got an idea. Trying to see if I can get a vertical path descent going here. Let's reset this to 35. Let's see if I can't get a vertical guidance here. Although, if we hurry up, I might be able to meet the missus for lunch. So, we're going to see if we can't do something here. Demonstrate maximum competence of the aircraft. See if we can fly the paint off this thing. I'm trying to see if we get into level here. VNav alt. I don't think it's going to work that way, is it? But if we go direct to Benos. Breaking news, U.S. loan to rescue Spirit. Yeah, I saw that. Where are all the guys that were saying Spirit was going to liquidate 2 weeks ago? It's going to liquidate. Never seen a combat descent in a Citation before? Might as well pop the buskets. Well, I'm trying to set this up, Tom, to be similar. We got to get that. That's at 2,000 or above. There we go. There's our profile. Look, it's coming in. Set 2,000. Now we've got the magenta. Oh, I wish. How do I get perf descent? I want to do 3. Can I modify it? 310 slash 88. Watch this. No. No, why are you going to 240? Here comes the V path, though. Why did it go to 240 knots? What was it targeting? I'm not sure. There we go. There's the vertical path, though. Down we go. Keep it fast. Chemtrails off. No, Falcon 50. It's a 50 vodka, yeah. I actually saw there was a Falcon 50 also on my last trip in Newark that was behind us, and they were call sign blocked. Couldn't track them. I was like, who's that? Who's blocking their call sign? It was a cool look at 50 too. It was all white with like this blue wraps around the nose and the tail. Interesting. All right, we're on the vertical path. I want to do 320 in the descent here. And be straight in, landing to Provinciales. What's our ETE? 10 minutes. To Benos. 100 miles out on the descent. How's the Citation? Kebby TV. I love it, man. My full review of the 10 Go back in the stream 10, 15 minutes or so. But essentially, man, I love it. The Citation 10 here, Flight FX, a lot of people see, it's a marketplace airplane. They don't think maybe it's that great of an airplane or an add-on. I'll be honest with you, it flies really nice. The sounds are incredible. The systems are what I would call on the line. So everything that should work in your normal day-to-day flight's going to work, Not really in depth with failures and all that stuff, but what should work in a normal operation does work, and it is simulated. And it's fun to fly because it's like you get such incredible performance for the minimal work that you really have to do in this jet. So the Lear 35, you really got to work in that airplane. You got to work from takeoff to shut down to fully maximize the performance of that jet and the speed of that jet. The Citation 10, turn the battery on, get your stuff aligned, get your flight plan imported, your weights imported, everything's FADEC, you got auto throttles, you got, why am I drawing a blank on the nav suite that this is? Primus? What is this nav suite? Why can't I think of what this nav suite is called? Whatever it is, you've got a really capable navigation system with ProLine. Thank you. Jeez. Oh, Chris PT6 in the house. My man. Chris PT6. When are we going to go fly Gulfstreams together, bro? I'm ready. I got to commute out tonight. I'm going to sleep in the crew room, in the sleep room for 3 hours, then fly tomorrow because I got a non-commutable trip on my last 2 days of reserve. I'm ready to go fly Globals and Gulfstreams with you, bro. Let's do it, man. I'm going to hang up the airline career. I'm going to go fly Gulfstreams. All right, we are looking good. What was the small jet you flew in career mode? Friction Mafia. That was actually the Phenom. Was it the Phenom 100, I believe? And it wasn't. It's not terrible, Friction Mafia. And the main reason I got it, I wouldn't get that airplane to fly just free flight really per se. But it's fun for me in career mode because it was a third-party airplane for career mode. Mix it up from just the default Azobo Pilatus PC-24. We did 2 flights in it. We got to get back in career mode. But I did fly the Embraer. Oh, yeah, we also flew the PC-24, which is, it's okay. The Vision Jet, phenomenal. If you want a really basic jet to fly, the default Vision Jet is actually a very well-represented airplane. It flies great. The sounds are incredible. I mean, how many flights did we do in the Vision Jet in career mode, guys, building up our company? So Vision Jet was the smallest one. The CJ4 Sleeper, also very good airplane in the sim. I don't have it in career mode because it's like there's no missions for it. But I also like the CJ4 as well. We did a couple streams in that. Yeah, the Vision Jet has Boris sounds. It does. It does. Scalber, I would say that is the second biggest downfall to the marketplace. Or, sorry, the second biggest downfall to career mode. My number one downfall to career mode is this. They force you to fly missions with aircraft that they deem appropriate, not you. So, for example, light cargo, they're shorter flights. They're like an hour max, right? Maybe an hour and a half. The airports that the sim picks for light cargo are phenomenal, like little dirt strips in the middle of a hill and all this stuff. Great little airports that would be perfect for a Caravan. What the problem is, guess what? The Caravan is considered heavy cargo. So now I can't fly a light cargo job with a Caravan because Microsoft Adobo deems that the Caravan is a heavy cargo bird. Here's the other problem. Heavy cargo missions, 500-600 miles. You want to sit there in the droning drone of a Caravan for 3 hours doing 120 knots? No, Jack. If I want to fly a more capable aircraft, let me do it. Because it would put more work on the pilot or the person flying, because you have to be able to know your jet. You have to be able to know. I'm going to turn the auto thrust off because it's doing a terrible job here. You have to be able to know the performance of your aircraft. If I want to take the risk of taking a medium or heavy airplane on a light cargo or light passenger run, then let me suffer the consequences if I can't stop in time and I go off the end of the runway into the dirt, right? But I don't want to fly a Caravan for 600 nautical miles across flyover states. So same with the Vision Jet and like private jet transport. Like if I want to take my PC-24 into a really tight strip on a short charter hop, let me deal with the consequences if I can't get in there. You could even pay me less for the mission, more expenses to run. Maybe it's not efficient. That would make career mode more sense because it forces you to operate more like a real company if you want to have, good returns on your investments. But yeah, the classifications that they pigeonhole you into has almost killed career mode for me, because there is a ton of great airplanes that I want to fly. And what I loved about career mode is it made you fly places that I would never in a million years think to fly. Like where'd we fly that PC-12 to into Vodka? It was like this little jungle strip right on the coastline. We had a fly, like Serena Station, I think it was called. I never in a million years would have found that airport. But I would love to fly back there and say a Caravan. Can't do it unless you want to fly 600 nautical miles to get there. But so yeah, that to me is number one. And then number two, like you said, Scoutbar, there should be more support for third-party aircraft. Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, I'm texting the wife. We're going to meet for lunch here before her hair appointment since I have to go this evening, so we're going to fly it fast. ETE to Benos. We don't need the hold at Benos. Let's go direct to Muso, because that's the hold. Let's go direct to the final approach fix. 6 minutes. I can see where we're going. Let me get flight recorder ready. We're going to do one replay if it's good. The last I checked, though, the wind out here was ripping. Let's pull up the wind at this place. Okay, it's died down. 020 at 11. So we're going to land quartering tailwind. Straight in runway 10. Here's 10,000 feet. We're going to roll it all the way back. All right, 10,000 feet. Lights are on. Engine sync is coming off. We don't need that. We do the recalls. Safety belts are on. No need to start the APU. We're doing a little bit faster than 250 below 10, but Chris PT6 called ahead and said we got approval, so we're good to go. Look at that beauty, man. There's some great liveries on Flight Sim TO2 for this. I downloaded another one too. It looks really good. I really like the Black Square Caravan cargo version, but the only thing is I'll need to make up the flight routes every time, and I don't think they'll be easy. Yeah, Lemon Wolf. Well, I'll tell you what you could do. What? Oh, I hit Shift C on accident. I know, my bad. I tried to go to my external view. Well, if you want to do like old freight routes, man, look up like some old companies like Ameriflight Cargo or Freight Runners Express. Look up old route maps. Or do what I do. Go to the general area you want to fly. It's like, say you want to fly somewhere in California on the West Coast, and then turn your filters on and start, and then click on and off like dirt strip filter or non-pave filter, and then you can see what strips aren't paved, and then that's where I always go to. I go to the non-paved ones if I can. Providencialis traffic, Citation 877 Sierra Delta, or about 18 miles to the west, inbound for landing runway 10, Providencialis. Friction Mafia, I know, man. Career mode, we had some fun nights. Dude, I pretty much dropped my entire month of December when Microsoft 2024 dropped. And we did career mode like all night long. That was so much fun, dude. We'd fly a regular stream in the daytime, like, 7.3 or something. And then we would turn on career mode at night. Hey, actually, speaking of, for those that know, can we please get a moment of silence for Alpha 7 Zulu Zulu? Thank you. If you know, you know. Never forget. Alpha 7 Zulu Zulu. All right, how do we find our approach V speeds in this thing? Descent. That's why I got 2.4. And there, see, I never set that up. That was on my bad. You do have VNAV in this thing. I just didn't set it up. What do we say? 020 at... We'll do it at 11. Dry. Flaps 35. 124, 119. Check. We got down a little bit too low here too soon. Jake YouTube, glad to catch the stream V1. Hey man, glad to have you on board, my buddy. I'm trying to push this one in here so we can go get lunch. Alright, Emu right there, inbound. Now, actually, altitude glide path, Imusu. Believe it or not, I believe Imusu, 1700. There's our glide path. I think we got this. Oh my gosh, don't forget the PC-24 dead of night over Brazil. You're absolutely right. Team Vodka had to get online, turn his landing lights on. It was like our first, it was like the PC-24 was still new to us. We just spent like, I don't know, 15 mil. And the airport had no runway lights, and we were getting there at night. And Vodka loaded in, turned his lights on so we could see the runway, and landed in the pitch black. Absolutely epic, man. 118 VREF, you say, huh? So let's call it 123. Slots are coming out. Providencialis traffic, November 877 Sierra Delta, turn in about a 5-mile final, runway 10, Providencialis. There's the glide path. Recording is on.
Provincial traffic, Delta 91 Heavy, turning about a 10-mile final for runway 10.
Got a delta final too. Flaps 15, coming through 200. Gosh, I love this. Actually, it's a pretty good turn there, Chief. Doing a good job. Alright, gears coming down. Flaps 15. Runways in sight, autopilot's off, my aircraft. Flaps 35. Look at that wind, jeez. 24 knots? Gosh, there's something about slowing down jets that do like 9.0 Mach. You know? Just cruising at 9.2 and then being able to slow it down on approach and fly 123 knot approach speed. It's freaking wild. That's why that global 7500 or whatever, that pitch angle on that thing when it comes into land is nuts. I think it cruises at 9.8. Chris, do you know? Isn't the global like 750 or 7500 the fastest jet out there right now? See how this airplane just hand flies so nice though. I mean, I can lock it in. Chris is like, yeah, technically, it's like, unless I'm flying the Gulfstream, then I'm going faster than that. Ooh, big gust of wind there.
Traffic, Delta 9, 1 heavy, 3 mile final runway,
3 mile final, so we're going to get down and out. Straighten it out, straighten it out, straighten it out. I got full right rudder, I got full right rudder. I have no more left. Chat, I'm full right rudder. I'm full right rudder. I am full right rudder. I'm full right rudder. Now I've got to use my tiller. Jeez. Why did that have to ruin it? Oh my word. That was beautiful. Minus the no more rudder authority. I'm going to have to check, make sure I increase my rudder authority on this jet. Let's exit quickly. Delta's on final. Providential traffic. Oh, I just saved a view. Dang it. Uh-oh. Now we're cooked. I gotta reset my view. I just saved it over there. Alright. Ay, ay, ay. Clean it up. Get the lights off. I'm not gonna shut down because I want to see that replay. And I'm going to lunch with the wife, so... We got a heavy Delta on final, though. He's good. We're clear. There's some grass in your butter. Oh my gosh. I wonder if I have my my super curved profile on this one. I might. And I landed. Oh, you know what? We landed with the yaw damper on. I think that actually minimizes your rudder, dude. Look at that L10 coming in behind us. I landed with the yaw damper on. Chat. Chris, isn't that like a big no-no? I'm pretty sure that yaw damper needs to be off for landing. Son of a gun. Alright. Let's go ahead and disconnect. Let's watch the replay. The wife is hungry. She's in chat. Let's see how we did. Thank you again, Migs. Appreciate you, buddy. All right, we get one replay here. Look at that crab. Freaking yaw damper, guys. Because I was going to say, I've never had control issues with this airplane. My goodness. Maybe I should stick to the airliner flying, huh? Look at that crap. I even straightened it out so nice. Watch this. I got a little bit slow. Where you get slow is where you can get dangerous, though. See, bring it out. I'm trying to straighten it out. What a butter, though. But see, we're on the ground, but I got no right rudder. I got no right rudder. And then there, when the nose came down, I was able to go right. Do you want to talk about a butter, though? Let's forget the landing. Look at this touchdown. A little bit side-loaded still. Maybe it wasn't as soft as I thought. But look, as soon as the nose hits, right there. Look, yep, and now it starts to turn over. I'm going to have to try that again with the yaw damper off. All right, let's go. Butter on my face. Jeez. Customer states I have no right rudder. All right, I'm getting out of here, y'all. Watch the final approach. I'll tell you what, let's make it even more juicy. I'm going to sign it off with this one. You guys have been awesome. Thank you for tuning in for a little last-minute corporate jet flying. I absolutely love it. If you like seeing corporate jets, you want to see more of it, maybe a little bit more of a, like a little series of corporate jet flying, make sure you hit the like button for me on the way out before you leave. Migs, thank you again for the 5 Canadian. It says, this man clutched defeat out of the yaws of victory to go to lunch with his wife. What a legend. I know. The pressure, I couldn't take the pressure, man. All right. Time for lunch. Thank you, Migs. Thank you all for hanging around for this one. The next corporate jet we fly will be the Lear, though. I'm going to get the Lear getting ready to go because I got the corporate jet itch again. I got the corporate jet itch. Or CJ4. I'll put a poll in the chat, and then I probably will do the opposite of the poll. But the flying on this feels so good. I'm so bummed we botched that landing. All right. I mean, look at that crab, though. That's a no-joke crab approach. All right, I'm out of here. Enjoy the rest of your week, y'all. I will catch you next week. Stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. Sip.